Were you confused by this problem a little bit because of what was happening with the grids? Yeah, don't let the SAT fool you. So, two things to take note of when you are looking at any XY graph that they show you. Number one, make sure you're noting the scale that is used on both X and Y, because they're not always the same, and that's going to be very important. The next thing to make note of is this. What is going on here between the 0 and 60 and here and here? Well, that is the way that we show that there's a whole piece of the graph that we're actually not going to show you because maybe it's not important. So notice here that the question is saying this is only true from 60 to 100. So the way that these graphs are made is they're saying, I don't want to show you the whole graph because there'd be all this empty space on the left here. So we're only going to show you the important pieces of the graph. So if you take a look at this problem here, first of all, I'm only looking from 60 to 100. So look at C and D. The C gives you values from 0 all the way to the high 50s, so I know it's not going to be C. And D gives you X values from 0 to less than 20, so I know it's not going to be D. So I'm down to A and B, which is really nice because now I can just take a look at this. Remember, it's Y equals MX plus B. I'm just going to rewrite it. 324. Now, this problem here, they both have a positive slope. They're both going up, so I can't really use that to help me. And minus 324, it's really tempting to say A because it looks like it goes down. But remember, they chopped off this whole piece of the graph, so you need to do a little bit more digging to figure out what the right answer is. I think that the best way to solve a problem like this is to pick a point on the graph. And if you take a look on graph A, it looks like it's 100, maybe like 230 around there. And graph B, if I plug 100 in, I'm getting close to 900. So let's use the equation and plug 100 in for X, 5.6 times 100. So this method can be used on anytime you have an equation and a graph, right? You can just pick a point that you know is on the graph and see if it matches the equation. So we have 560 minus 324, which is going to give you 236. So you can see right now that B is way off because it's much higher than 236. And A looks like it could do the trick. So the answer is A.